So cool. I'm excited. My name is Justin Avini. We are on tonight's rank up call. It is October 9th. We are celebrating September rank ups and just talk about some other ideas that we have going on. There's a lot of trips and events planned out over the next 6 months, I'd say. So we're going to hear from some of our speakers, not only on their stories, but kind of some tips on how to be successful. We'll talk about some rank ups, and then we're also going to talk about some cool things that the company's been doing. And I'm going to kind of close out with what the last 90 days can look like during the holidays if we pivot off of October. So like I said, my name is Justin Avini. I've been coaching over 6.5 years. I'm what Optavia calls an integrated global director. It's been a blessing to be a part of this community. It's changed my life tremendously. I was able to lose 18 pounds. Came into this more for the business aspect. Didn't think I had any weight to lose. But like I said, I lost 18 pounds following the program so I could honestly share with my clients my experience in what the program feels like, the emotions, the sleep, the energy, the hunger cravings, maybe the slight headaches, maybe the hangriness. So I was kind of all in to experience this and move forward. And now I've been a full-time stay-at-home dad, have two littles, been able to help a lot of people, help myself, help my family, and really kind of transform mentally as well. So I'm excited to get on. We got a few rank ups tonight. One of the things we've been talking about over the past few months is, I don't know if some of you have noticed, we've transitioned where we're a little bit more intimate groups. We're focusing on more in tune with detailed groups, teams, and things like that. So I love these calls because honestly, they start small, as they have in the past, and then they blossom into hundreds and hundreds, which just means we're impacting a lot more people. So it's kind of cool to revamp and regroup. And so I'm excited. The first speaker we're going to bring on tonight, I've known her quite a while, actually. I think probably my whole life, we could say. She's going to kind of talk a little bit about her story and then one of our upcoming events. And I'm really excited about that because it's kind of my variation of Sundance. In fact, let me rewind back here a second before I have Joy come on. So I'm leaving for Sundance, Utah next week. I think Sunday or Monday, depending on, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing yet. But the idea behind that was Robert Redford. If you guys don't know the history of Sundance, maybe you do. It's a film festival. Anytime somebody mentions Sundance, they think you just go up there for the film festival. But it's a beautiful resort. There's mountain biking during the summertime. There's hiking areas. And then in the wintertime, it also turns into a ski resort. He originally bought it because he didn't want it to turn into this area where it was going to be bombarded with houses and resorts and a typical hotel-style area and just kind of blown out. And something that would probably be stumbled and trampled on and not really taken very well care of. But he also wanted to bring the cadence of striving actors, actresses, movie producers, people that had vision and things. Great example, we're seeing a lot about Sylvester Stallone and how he fought for his leading roles and his dreams and thoughts. So that's kind of where this is. So some no-name movies, different artists, they actually travel all over from the world to go there. So that's really where Dr. A got this idea, this vision of what Sundance would look like. So he takes basically the top, I would say 0.5% of the group. There's about 220 of us. It is special invite only with some high qualifications. And you go up there and we don't necessarily talk about, how to acquire clients or how to acquire coaches. We do talk about transformational leadership. We do talk about how to lead from the future, act in the now. We do go through our 6 transformational habits. He has different things we do. Like on a Friday, we'll go on a hike. And as we're doing this hike, he kind of uses analogies over this hiking period of like what it looks like. And we go to this beautiful waterfall and there's a destination there, almost like your business. And once you get to the top, because of how hectic it is, you may be out of breath, you may be tired, maybe the night before you stayed up too late, maybe you didn't get enough coffee. And that's part of life, as he would say in his analogies, and then it moves forward. And every year it's something different. That was kind of one from a couple of years back, to be honest with you. I don't remember what last year's was, but it's an idea of, the struggles of what our business can be, the ebbs and flows, the terrain, and then what the beauty can be on top, which is a beautiful waterfall that there is up there. So we go up there, we kind of get tucked and tight. We're definitely in cold weather. I call it a pajama party pretty much. We're in where this room is pretty cool. It's where Robert Redford and all those people talk. It's heated by a fire only. I think there is maybe a heater that's put in there now, but originally it was just a fire-only spot, very backwoods country. We have debriefing time. We get to talk to people, top leaders, hear their stories, their struggles. They're real people just like me, you, and everybody else. They don't have any magic in their pocket. Maybe they have life experiences that have helped them grow this business faster. But honestly, it just comes down to mindset, grit, and hard work, to be really honest with you guys. So I'm excited. I was invited back up again. So what I wanted to do is I've always been a person of, I guess, in a way giving, but sometimes you can't give what you don't have. And so I wanted to bring that to us on a lower scale. And basically I created Big Bear right here in California. It's definitely not like the Rockies or anything that that Colorado can experience as far as the beauty, but it is a cool place to go and invite you guys out. And we are going to have some qualifications. I'll let Joy kind of share a little bit of where the qualifications are, and then also about Big Bear. But I wanted to bring Sundance to you guys. We did it about 3 years ago. It was amazing. We did talk about the 6 transformational habits. We went through them very well. Lead from the future, act in the now. We transform masterfully. We cultivate trust. Those are just a couple of them. But we really want to bring the cadence of what Optavia is to you guys. So that's what Big Bear is about. But I wanted Joy to kind of share her experiences and how it was, obviously who she is. So Joy, you want to kind of take it away?
But I really want to piggyback off what you said. What a blessing that we have 27,000 coaches in our organization, and you are part of that Sundance little community of 220, and now you're going to take that feel and that vision of Dr. A's and bring it to us. It's amazing. And so obviously I have a huge heart for you as being my nephew, but at the same time, it's an amazing experience. And I think that you kind of capitalize on like what his success was in the sense of, you know, we went, I think it was last year around February, March, and it was a very small group, and you rented a beautiful cabin in Big Bear. And we really, really focused on what you focused on in Sundance, which was the 6 habits of transformational leadership. And we all trained on those. And we, you know, we all ate together, we played games, and it was a really wonderful bonding experience. So I'm really excited to see what happens at this Sundance, and then you'll bring that to that environment. So to qualify for this event, it's FIBC. So basically you are ED, and you have 5 senior coaches. So you have one coach, each coach has 5 clients. And I think the end of qualification is maybe January, I believe, end of January. So please get with your mentor coach. This is not an event you want to miss. I know that we have a few events every few months, but this is a very special one. Again, 220 of our top leaders are going to this event. And I believe Justin's one of the only ones that really comes back and emulates what happens in Sundance. So I definitely, definitely highly recommend it. Again, it's a great bonding. We all eat together, and it's really, really fun. And it's fun to get away, and we're going to do some hikes. I think Justin is bringing up his boat. We're going to be on a lake. So it's going to be a blast. So again, get with your mentor coach. Let's get a game plan together. Let's work on maps and get you there. So I wanted to just capitalize off of that, Justin, because you were talking about that. But a little bit of my story, if you don't know me, I came from the corporate world. I was in fashion for 20 plus years, and I loved my career. I got to travel all over the world, and that's what I wanted to do. But I ended up getting married at 40 and having twins at 41, and really started getting burned out. But in the capacity that I worked, it was really hard to kind of slow down my career. So I got creative. I partnered with a friend. We started a clothing line. I opened a showroom downtown and worked a little bit downtown. I worked from my house. But what happened was I wanted to be present for my children. And what happens? We sacrifice our health. So I was like the mom that was like, grocery shopping at midnight and doing the dishes at 3 a.m. I never slept. And I wasn't eating. And if I did have time to eat, I would drive through McDonald's and get a black coffee and fries. that was not who I was. I always worked out. I always took care of myself, but it was a little scary. And simultaneously, I'm watching Justin kind of transform his life mentally as well as physically, getting married, having a beautiful baby, and really happy. And so one Thanksgiving, I was at his house, and I finally was like, I've had enough. Let's just do this thing. And I was not the best client, but I jumped on the program. 6 weeks later, my life was transformed. I lost 10 pounds, but that was 40 pounds of pressure off my back. I have scoliosis. I have no back pain, mental clarity, more patience. But I'm still a little apprehensive to share. You know, I had my career. And ironically, the woman I partnered with was my first client. So, and then 6 months later, she ended up closing the company. And honestly, if I didn't have this business model and take it and run with it, I would be back full time on a plane every other week. So my story is a little different. I didn't look like I needed to lose weight. I loved my career, but Justin knew. So there are going to be people out there that if you just get to know them, ask questions, you might be surprised. So I love sharing that because it is a little bit unconventional. But I'm also going to introduce Lisa, who is one of our business partners and who is a friend from high school who did the program and killed it and did so well and was helping people but not coaching, and then jumped on about a year later and was still kind of a little apprehensive, and then went to convention and had an amazing experience, and she ranked up to associate director. So I'm going to let her share her story. So Lisa.
I'm Lisa, and my story began, so it's almost going on 2 years. 2 years ago, December, I remember, because I struggled with my health as far as I was all in for this program with the weight loss, but Joy had been kind of reaching out to me now and then, and you know, I always had a reason. No, I'm doing this, I'm eating healthy, and I'm going to try this. And so finally, 2 years ago, I think Thanksgiving, I remember I was done. I felt stuck, tired. I recently had hurt my knee, water skiing, and I thought I have to lose weight. I have to lose like 20 pounds, right? So I reached out to Joy in, I think, the beginning of December, and I just sent her a message. Okay, tell me about this program. And she really encouraged me to just hop on it in December. She goes, hey, you know, why not go into the new year feeling great instead of going into January 1st thinking, you know, okay, here we go again, you know, January 1, let's make this New Year's resolution of losing weight. So I hopped on the program and I loved it. I mean, instantly it was just, you know, did the program, lost 40 pounds, I think in 8 months roughly. And I've been maintaining that. I didn't really want to coach. Listen to some of the videos, just know I was working retail. I was working at Nordstrom after, I'm kind of backtracking, but I had worked for a grocery company for 26 years, stayed home with my kids, then recently had gone back to work at Nordstrom. Long hours, you know, 12 to 8. And a couple of my friends, family members were interested in the program. So Joy encouraged me, why don't you start coaching? Okay. So I signed up to be a coach, but kind of, you know, baby steps, just kind of, you know, encouraging my friends, family. Then convention came around, went to convention, and it opened my eyes to a whole new, I mean, I think I didn't really understand about the whole Optavia family, the business, just the background of the company. Super impressed, and I went all in then. I started really paying attention and getting on more of the calls, because I tended to kind of like not get on any of the weekly calls or anything like that. And I just kind of started following the steps and looking at Joy and going, okay, I'm gonna do what she says, and I'm gonna, you know, do it at a slower pace. But so really what happened, as far as she said, I hit AD, I think really when I'm reflecting back, it's been in the last 2 months. I was able to quit my job in June because I decided to do this full time. So I left my job in June, and now I've just been I did August Madness, and I've been really out there on social media, which was a big I mean, I didn't even do my launch until after I got back from convention. I did my before and after picture on Facebook, and then just messaging my friends that are commenting and just layering on them. And it's just, to me, it's like crazy how people are just now, 2 months later, they're coming around. Hey, Lisa, tell me more. In fact, I was camping for the weekend and came home, and I've talked to 3 people tonight, and I think all 3 of them want to, do the program. So I'm so thankful. I love this community. I love our team. I love meeting new people, and I'm getting over a lot of my, chatter. I'm learning a lot. I think for me, I came in with it, to put in a nutshell, I came in for the weight loss, and I'm one of those that I'm just reaping so many more benefits from this program than it's changing my whole mindset on even how I look at food, how I feel my body. I just like to share now too. I'm getting more comfortable of I shared with my orthopedic surgeon the other day. It's like, that's hard. That was hard for me. I'm an outgoing person in certain ways, but when it comes to like public speaking and sharing, I'm just a little bit hanging back. But so that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. So you guys see real people with real struggles, and they come around, right? I mean, that's the fun part about this is, you look at people that walk across the stage, or you look at people on these training calls, and you look at all these people, what do they have that I don't, or what is this, or what is that? Be honest with you, all the way up, like I said, to Sundance, everybody's got the same stuff. It's just a matter of how fast we move through it, right? And Lisa's doing an amazing job. She's testament to that. Joy's an amazing job. Took her 4 years to show up, and we giggle about that now, but it's honest truth, guys. Like, this isn't a bad thing or picking on somebody. It's just the mindset. What do we need to do? But the efficiency is, what are our goals? And that comes down to how many people are we willing to talk to? Well, that person that takes 4 years to show up. Well, that person that takes a year to decide to coach. Well, that person takes 6 months to decide to be a client. Look how long it took all of us. All of a sudden, we made a decision, and we totally forget how we came onto this program, and it took us 7 months to show up, 4 years. Why isn't anybody signing up, Justin? I don't get it. Joy, it took you 4 years. Calm down, right? It's only been a week. So, things like that are the things that we need to pay attention to, because honestly, this would be the silliest thing for us to give up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if you do 1 client a month for 10 years. The silliest thing you could give up on, because it'll naturally bring energy. You'll naturally find that person that'll be a go-getter. You'll naturally find that partner or that business partner that drives you, maybe makes a light switch go off, whatever that is. So speaking of high energy, I hope you guys can brace yourselves. Everybody put their sunglasses on. Don't try to count the golf balls. I've done that a couple times. You get distracted. But I want to bring on Don Maydell. He's going to kind of share some cool stuff that we got going on with some events. And, he's got some rank up coaches for himself too. So Don, you there?
I am. Thanks, Justin. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Donald Maydell, and I've been a health coach with Optavia for a little over 2 years now. I'm what Optavia refers to as an integrated national director. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. I had no idea what that was. I remember when I hit executive director, I was like 1 client away, and Joy called me and said, hey, if you get 1 more client, you're going to be an ED. I said, cool. What's an ED? I had no idea what it was. I was just helping people get healthy. And the reason for that was because I had an amazing transformation, and I was just sharing about my story. When I did this program, I really needed it way more than I thought at the time, because I just wanted to lose some weight. I didn't realize the parts of my life that were deficient as a result of my poor health. I did get a lot of grumpy souvenirs from Disneyland, like this little guy, and then grumpy hats and grumpy shirts, because I was so tired all the time. I had no energy. And so whenever I get tired, I get grumpy. And so, everybody laughs and smiles and thinks it's cute, but it hurt deep down to know that that was my daughter's experience with me. They looked at me as this grumpy guy, because that's not who I am. And so I did this program because I wanted to feel better. I wanted to lose some weight. I knew I wasn't giving my girls the best of my life, because they weren't getting the best version of me. So it was amazing for me. I mean, I lost 19 pounds in 19 days, 24 in my first month. I lost 77 pounds in 4.5 months. But even more important than the weight loss was like day 3 or 4, I just started feeling amazing. And by the end of my first month, my mother and my wife saw such a huge difference in me. They were in. It wasn't about weight loss. It was just the person I was becoming. And I was so happy, and had so much energy, and it was a ton of fun. And so they said, well, we're in. And so, of course, it's my wife and my mother It's not like they're going to call my coach and ask them questions. So it just made sense for me to sign up to be a coach, to coach them. And I really never thought I'd do much with it. And here I am 2 years later, an integrated national director with Optavia. And like Justin said, the only reason that happened is because I didn't stop. I just kept going. I just kept talking to people. And I heard a thing on the news tonight about Americans, and it said that 45% of Americans don't know how to make new friends. And so they're stuck in not having friends, not having our community around them, not having people to inspire them, encourage them, be there for them. And if they're stuck in that, they don't know how to make new friends. And the coolest thing about Optavia, it's taught me how to make new friends. I love making new friends. I put that message out there all the time. Hey, I know we're Facebook friends, but I don't think we've ever met face to face. But I love getting to know new people and hearing their stories. And, it taught me to reach out like that and make new friends. I can totally make new friends. I can make new friends with anybody, anywhere, anytime. And it's because I live out loud throughout the VIA. And so as a result of that, I've been able to, help a lot of people get healthy, and then a lot of people build businesses. And that's an exciting part of this whole thing. It's great to get somebody physically healthy, but when you start to change someone's financial outlook and the quality of their life through time freedom and abundance, that's pretty amazing. And so we have a couple of ways to do that that will help us do that. First off, we've got a great incentive program going on this month. I don't know if you guys caught it, but Dr. A shared about it. We have a double cab bonus incentive. So what that means is everybody that you bring on as a coach in the month of October has 30 days to earn their cab just like normal, but instead of a $100 bonus, they're going to get a $200 bonus. But even on top of that, you're going to get a $200 bonus as the mentor coach for helping them reach senior coach and earn that cab. So it's an exciting time to bring coaches on. It's always, the goal of this is to sponsor, but this is even more incentive to do that. And that's why they do these incentives. It's great to get a little extra cash in our pockets, but they do that because they want to incentivize us on how to build this business. One of the other key ways to build this business is to attend events. I remember the first event I went to was in April of 2018. It was an event they called Go Global. And it was an event where you had to be invited. You had to hit a certain rate to get there. And it was just Joy and I. That was it. Just the two of us from our team. We were the only ones on our team that were there. And, this is my friend from 6th grade. And I still have my name tag sitting back here. And every once in a while I look at it because Joy and I took a picture of our name tags together and said, how cool would it be to have like all our friends that we grew up with and all these people we know come with us. And here we were at convention last year and we had 10 people with us. Some of them I know since kindergarten, 3rd grade, Lisa and Deb we went to high school with. So cool that we get to do this. And, as a result of that, in Living Out Loud, another friend of mine who wasn't really a friend, I was friends with her brother, saw me. And then through an unfortunate event of her brother's passing, we got connected and we started talking. And now she's come on the program, really very similar to Joy's story. Didn't really need the health aspect of it. Yeah, she did program. She's lost some weight. She's feeling amazing. But was very interested in getting out of that corporate just whirlwind that we have, the chaos of corporate America. And she is super busy mama, wife, grandma, everything, and working a crazy job, but she somehow found a way to rank up to manager this month. And so I'm super excited to introduce Lucy. I'm so excited to be working with her and to be partnering with her in this amazing mission and adventure. So Lucy, you want to come on and tell us how you did it? You'll need to unmute yourself. Or Justin, can you unmute her?
Can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Awesome. Thank you, Donald. So my name's Lucy Ewell, and I, like Donald said, I met him, I knew of him, but I met him at my brother's funeral, and we talked, and he was just such a happy-go-lucky guy, so I wanted some of that because I wasn't very happy. So I did, and I waited, it was about a month, right, before I called you, and then I went for a walk with him on one of his walk talks, and decided I wanted to venture into this. So I did, but first I wanted to do the 5 and 1. I was going to do the 2 week, but then I decided to do the 5 and 1 so I can get the whole feeling and be able to tell everybody else about it. So I don't know how I ranked up to manager because like Donald said, I work for Whole Foods Market and I'm a facilities manager. I have 32 stores and this month I'm really crazy busy. I mean, I can't even, it's not good at all. But so I'm trying to get just keep talking. I just keep talking and keep talking. And people are calling me. I got a call today from a girl that I work with that I've been talking to for quite some time. She said, my husband and I want to do it. Can you get me on a call? So I'm like, yes. So we're going to get on a call Saturday to bring them on. So, but that's kind of how I don't know how I did it. I just did it by talking. And being passionate about it. Because, when you feel something and something works, you cannot say nothing negative about it because it's all true. You just feel good.
I love it, Lucy. So let me see the crazy part about
Awesome.
this, right?
Well, thank you, Lucy. It's great to hear your story. I'm excited to be on this mission with you and to be doing this with you.
Well, another thing is I do have a quitting date. Yes. So I've been talking to everybody, and I'm thinking probably by February I'm going to be out of a job.
That's awesome.
February what, Lucy? Give me a day. February what?
Probably the end of February.
Is it leap year? Does anyone know?
It is leap year because that's my husband's birthday.
Okay.
February 29th. Perfect.
2/29/2020. I like the sound of that. Let's do it.
Maybe before. We have a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of centralizing of positions. So maybe I'll get my package before I have to quit. That'd be awesome.
All right.
So let me introduce you guys to my daughter, who's such a cutie pie.
Hi.
She's on the program and she lost
13 pounds.
13 pounds. She works for doctors. She's a medical biller. And everybody's been asking her, what is she doing? So I keep trying to get her to become a coach. Anybody want to help me?
She will. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. That's all it is.
I already have my own business, so it keeps me busy.
Exactly. So you already know how to
I'll give if you get her business cards, I'll give them out to everybody.
We'll hook you up. Hey, one other thing I just want to hop on and mention too, I forgot to mention, talking about events, going to Go Global was a major turning point for me because I got exposed to the incredible leaders of this organization. And so most of you have heard about it. We've been talking about it for quite a while now, but we have our Transformational Business Summit coming up in November in Phoenix. And it is a qualifying event, but they did open up qualifications. If you were a blended ED through the month of August or September, you've already qualified and you can register now. But they're also opening up for the month of October. If you qualify as an ED in the month of October, you'll also be able to attend the event. I can't stress enough how important an event like this is, not only to be exposed to the leadership and the field trainers that are going to be there. You're all the top leaders in this organization. They're putting it on. This is not an OptiV event. This is done by the field leaders for you guys, for us. And the awesome thing about it, it's going to be so much smaller than convention. It'll be way more intimate. We'll be able to spend a lot of time together. Plus, Justin rented this big old fat house with 22 beds in it. And so we're probably going to throw 30 people in there. And we'll be sleeping on couches and air mattresses. And it'll just be one big slumber party for 4 days. We're going to get together with Jamil's team, our whole team. For those of you that don't know, you are part of Jamil's team. He's going to have a big party out there. It's going to be a blast. These things are a ton of fun, and it gets you pumped up. So don't miss it. If you haven't qualified yet, get with your mentor coaches. You still have time.
You guys, like Donald said, I think it's an amazing thing. And to really piggyback off of what Lucy said, to keep it simple, just talk to people and be excited about what you're doing and share your story. The nuts and bolts of it will come together and kind of follow through as it goes. How to do a health assessment, you work with your mentors. How to support a client, you work with your mentors. How to talk to somebody about being a coach, you work with your mentors. How to support a coach, you work with your mentors. But the simplicity of it is, like Lucy said, she said she's got a lot going on. And I love people that are busy. She reminds me of Stacy Tarzia, mom of 3 kids, busy. But you guys still get it done. And that's what I love about this. So, but the thing is like she said, just sharing this with people authentically, sharing your story, connecting with them, and all of a sudden she's at manager and she doesn't know how she did it, right? That's the simplicity of it. You just talk to people, man, right? Eat the food, talk to people, like Dr. A says. Obviously support them too. But no, I'm really excited about these events. Like Donald said, I did rent a house. I do want to fill it. That's one of the cool things about it is the night times. I know some of the days are pretty long. We rented it a day early for people that can get out there early. It starts on Thursday. It ends about mid-afternoon Saturday. So if you guys get in early enough, even Wednesday, you can come hang out or do whatever. We make some fun. We have some fun. We share and talk with people. We kind of make it a pajama party and hang out because we want to get to know each other. We want to get to know each other's stories, where we're from, and we all realize that we're all just the same people in different bodies and different walks of life. And so that's really cool. So I'm excited to bring on the frosty freezing couple. These ladies are out in a crazy weather storm coming in, so hopefully we get them before the power goes out, knock on wood, right? So I'm excited to bring on Jeanette, and Jeanette has an awesome new coach that just ranked up. So Jeanette.
Yeah. So I'll talk about me first before I introduce Carolyn, who I'm so excited about. And my story is Joy's my coach, and she had contacted me a year before I signed up. So we were all talking about how long it took us. I was a year, and I was not nice to her, she says to me, because I wasn't ready and I didn't want to hear it. And I was about to stop following Journey to Health. I told her to stop sending me the emails, the before and afters. Like I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't care that people are losing weight. Like I was an angry, overweight, drank too much, worked too hard person. So Joy, who I met in the 90s, we worked together at a company called Rampage. She said, I think this would be really good for you. So one day I was just ready and I called her and I said, Joy, whatever it is, I don't care. I can't stand like bending backwards and feeling back fat. Here's my credit card. Whatever it was you told me before, I'm ready now. So I lost 22 pounds in the 2.5 months. I also was signed up. Joy had me sign up as a coach at the same time because she wanted me to get the mental part of it. And not mental health, but healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And then I also spoke with Justin about the coaching. So he was on the Coach Explore. And the healthy mind, I didn't know what she was talking about yet. Not until later did I start personal development. And now I can't stop. Like I didn't know what book to read, what audio to listen to. I had no idea till I started coaching and started learning about them all. Now I love it. Now I've been coaching a year and 5 months. That's my favorite part is for me personally is the personal development. And then physically, I never got back into the habit of working out. I had stopped for 10 years. I injured myself in a marathon, October 2009. So that's 10 years ago this month. That was my last workout. And all I do is walk my dogs and I lift sample bags into the car. But all I have now is a sore back and a stiff neck. So literally just last month, I started to go consistently to the gym because now I realize I need a coach for that. Like we might not necessarily just need a coach for this, Joy. I needed a coach for so many other things in my life. So the piece I share with clients when I'm doing a health assessment is this doesn't stop. Like I lost my weight a July ago. Now, and that's what we say to clients is your journey begins then. Like we're not done. We're just taking off and soaring. And I love it. And I share every piece of it. I had to leave a guy I was living with. And that's the piece with Justin when we were talking about coaching. I was literally crying on the phone and speaking under my breath, like, what if I needed to move out from the situation I'm in? And I didn't have the money to do it. So my very first client was a coach, became a coach too. And I called Joy. I texted her and I said, I'm out. I'm looking for apartments already. I go, if this is how it works, I get it. I understand it. Let's go. And she's like, whoa, wait. You might want to wait a little longer, but I know my work ethic. So this does take your time and a work ethic to be successful. But I know mine, it's good. And so I had no problem like believing in myself for that. So that was great. And I was able to replace, I'm an independent sales rep and I have been selling shoes for 10 years. I'm now like getting rid of my last brand. I had 10. Like I was overwhelming myself with so many bosses, so many shoes, so many sample bags, and I was just getting by. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I might as well work at a Marriott down the street, not travel, not hurt myself, not take all this time, not work so hard just to get by. So this piece of it replaced my shoes, the coaching. Someday it'll replace everything. I got a great job at Pendleton that I couldn't say no to, and I still love the business, and it gets me out of the house. I'll still be involved seeing people. So I accepted it. It starts January 1st, but I'm better with keeping busy. Like in the summer when I'm not busy with the sales, I was wasting a lot of time. So thank God all the personal development stuff through the Blanchards, learning about structure. And we're always talking about structures on the madnesses. So that's been very helpful. But, and actually I think I'm going over time, but anyway, I just love this program, and I pretty much on my health assessments let people know much quicker than the 4 or 5 minutes I got here. But I'm usually super hyper and happy telling them all that. I'm a little mellow tonight, but I'm just so grateful for this program because people, I just know too many sick people in my world right now, and mentally not well, and they need us. They need us bad. So I'm very happy Joy was patient with me and kept checking up on me. I love you, Joy. Don't make me cry. But I love her. Anyway, she's going to make me cry. It's Carolyn's turn. I can't even introduce you now. Love you, Joy. She changed my life. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, Carolyn, we were neighbors in Newport Beach when I was still running, when I was still active. I loved living there. It was so fun. We had ocean views of Newport Beach or Balboa Island. We overlooked Balboa Island. And she always was very social, her and her husband, and she loves people. She loves people. And she'll tell you about her background. It's so perfect for her to be the best coach she could imagine. Like whatever goal she sets, she'll hit it because it's in her. She's discovering it. She just hit senior coach last month. Her husband's doing well on this. Her mother's on it. She'll explain her mother's health condition. But anyway, Carolyn, let's introduce you now to let everybody, introduce yourself to everybody. Let them know who you are. You'll see them at conventions, convention next July and other events that you rank up to that you can go to. You'll meet all these awesome people because I know pretty much everybody on here, and it's just like a family reunion. Every time you see them, you're going to love it. So everybody, this is Carolyn.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Well, you guys almost made me cry. I'm like, Jeanette, don't make me cry now that I have to speak. So yes, Jeanette and I were, I'm going to do a little backstory. So I'm Carolyn Reynolds, and Jeanette was my neighbor, and somehow I got on Journey to Health. I think we just talked about it, and I kept seeing, kept seeing, she was my friend on Facebook, so I kept seeing like, what are you doing, girlfriend? You look great, and I know everything that was going on. Anyway, but I was just thinking, she is looking really good. So I was like, let me find out about this for my mom, is what I started with. But in the long run, 6 months later, I decided I was tired of being tired, unfit, and just wanted to give it a try because I was seeing all the before and after. So my background is in health and fitness. I have my degree in kinesiology, exercise physiology, and worked as a trainer in the 90s, and then met a man who had 2 kids. So then I became a stepmom. My life needed to change, and that's how I kind of got into direct sales in general, which was a great, and everybody who's quitting their job, that's why you get hooked into having your own business. It's awesome. And this, long story short, I've been looking for a place to call home, and I love everybody's energy in this group. And I started right about July on my own journey, and then went right into August with the August Madness. So I was just like, this is amazing. And, so just all the self-development and everything else. So a friend started, and my husband is one of my clients. I've lost 18 pounds, kind of getting back to my fighting weight of being a trainer, actually feeling hopeful, happy, and maybe I could do something again, because 4 years ago I broke my fibula, which had my foot up for about 8 weeks. And during that time, I'm thinking, well, I think I need a new career because I'm not sure how this is going to go. And during that time, I decided to get my integrative nutrition certificate from IIN. But you also have to create your whole business once you get that. It is a great program. It's something that I loved hearing about and going through the whole year process. But then it's like you have to launch your own business. So when I found out about Optavia, I basically just really said, this is kind of the whole package. I mean, what Dr. A talks about, it's lifestyle, it's, food. If you're not happy with your life, it might not be the food, or it might not be physical, it might be financial. So the system kind of came together with what I feel everybody needs to. You can be on a treadmill forever. I've seen people over and over and over working and working and working out every single day, but they probably don't have the food piece or the spiritual piece or something like that. So basically, I decided to jump in and get going. My husband's lost 20 pounds in like 7 weeks. So he's like amazing, doing a great job. But what really kind of hit home is, well, Joy and Jeanette partnered with me to do some texting, and I actually was like, oh my gosh, people actually want to talk to me about coaching. So some of those people listened, some of them thought it was great, and then a few decided to, at the very last day of September, start this program. So that's when I became senior coach. A little bit of a backstory, a little bit of my mom actually went into emergency middle of September with a heart, not a heart attack, but it was a heart scare. Now I'm going to cry. But anyway, this kind of hit home, as health is wealth, basically. And it was to be in the hospital with my mom for 3 days on a cardio unit. And the doctor said, well, we can't do your angiogram until like Wednesday because we're so backed up. We have a problem in the United States of America. There is multiple people having congestive heart failure or heart attacks, and it's just amazing. It's just, that's how people don't do this little stuff and they end up in the hospital. So long story short, she's doing okay. She's doing cardio rehab, which is another thing I'm going with. And I just hear people like, this takes a lot of time. And I'm thinking, well, the alternative is to be in surgery or something like that. And I was happy to say that the doctor approved our Optavia food for her to eat. She's not going full in, but she's definitely having 3 fuelings, and then because she has to do a whole lifestyle change, she needs to lose weight, and so that kind of made it really real. So for me, I just need to get out and I need to talk about it a little bit more. I've been a little bit in a bubble in my own little world. But I feel like now I hit senior coach, and that was very exciting. And I have some good people coming along with me on this. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the future, and I really appreciate if you guys just listen to video. Sometimes if I'm not feeling it, I just turn on somebody's video, or Justin, I listened to you about being consistent. So I really appreciate everybody's feedback on the program who's done it before me. So that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Excited to see what your future brings too. I think as we kind of close out tonight, we'll go through some of the rankings and things like that, but really to understand, I mean, you've heard it from quite a few people. If we just talk to people, right? That's the thing is the biggest fear is us. And if we kind of get past that and just share and different levels of people. You know, one of the things that I really love is our growing blended executive director boot camp. We're kind of slowing it down, really showing you what's going on as we graduate into other boot camps. Some of you guys are on the FIBC boot camp. But if you really, really look at what this is about, is it starts with sharing your story. That's it. And honestly, this thing is so simple. You could have a roofer, you could have an executive, you could have a fashion designer, you could have a 12-line shoe company lady, right? You could have a nurse, you could have a staffing rep, you could have a personal trainer. I mean, honestly, all different walks of life. You have a teacher, you know what I mean? You just everybody, anybody and everybody can do this. But the biggest thing we've slowed down on is focusing on the people. And how many people can we talk to and what matter of time frame? And literally all that comes down to is your goals. Here's the biggest thing is, and I'll share this with you, it's like a secret to the universe. We always get worried about, like Lucy kind of teased and said, I can't get my daughter to coach, right? Well, we don't get anybody. First off, she hopped off before I could say that. But at the same time, it's never a no, it's just a not right now. They need their own time just like we needed our time. But the difference is shifting that mindset to, well, I don't want to bug a bunch of people, so I'm not going to talk to enough people, which in turn, what does that end up doing? That ends up not getting to our goals. There is hundreds of thousands of millions of people out there that are just like us, but you have to sift through those people to find them. And that's where we end up with all these people. And then eventually the people you did sift through will come back around. I have multiple people over this last month. October is a magical month. And like I said, I'll close this out with October. We got 21 days left, or 22 days. I guess we can count today, not anymore, but we got about 20 days left in October. October is a pivotal month to be in. People want to get into their Halloween outfits. People want to go healthier getting into the holidays. But these time frames right now are crucial because November and December are big months. If we go into them doing this, this is actually, like, you should write this down. There are people out there literally right now that want this. Now, in November and December, it might drop percentage-wise of how many people you need to talk to find those people. So what does that mean? Oh my God, it's November. Everybody wants to wait till after the holidays. Don't use the word everybody. Just the people you've talked to. Now that number may increase because of the holidays, and there is people out there like that. But guess what? You can bring on 20 clients in November. You just might have to talk to 280 people instead of 200 people. You might have to talk to 360 people in December instead of 250 people. That's the only difference. That is the secret to this. That is the secret to this success. When I came into this and I quit my job cold turkey without even having a client, Jamil said, do X, Y, and Z, and you'll make $2,000 a month in about 90 days. Well, what did I do? Came back over here to lead from the future, 90 days, act in the now, and I just upped the act in the now. Instead of talking to 200 people a month or whatever it was, I talked to 500 people a month. Well, guess what? Made $3,100 my first month. There was no difference. I just talked to more people. Literally, that's all it is. I mean, that's the secret. How is this team exploding and we're not? How is that team exploding and we're not? They just talk to more people. They collect more no's, as we like to say, instead of collecting yeses. So anyways, we have a lot of events. I'm gonna drop a little secret. Like they did drop the training down to executive directors for the November event. Keep an eye out. I'm not saying they will or they won't. Still work for it, please, guys, because you got to remember this is your life too. Building this business to hit a rank and saying, well, I'm not going to do it for that. Well, don't do it for that. Go build it for your life. And then if you hit the rank and you go to the event, that's awesome, right? Or have something to strive for. If you shoot for the stars, you land on the moon. So the same thing with the Big Bear event. A lot of you guys, we have 3 months in this year to get to the Big Bear event. 5 senior coaches and 6,000 frontline volume. That's 5 people you need to find that are on a path to help at least 5 people. And then you need 17 clients yourself. That's really not that many people. That's about 25 people. So if you really map that out, like I said, if you got to talk to 360 this month instead of 250, let's figure that out. So we have plenty of time to do that. And like I said, on top of it, what does that do financially? Over the next 90 days, you're averaging about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That's $10,000 over the next 3 months. So, hey, boss, can I get a $10,000 raise through the holidays? Me over here, 50 cents, maybe $1, right? You just gave yourselves a $10,000 raise. All you're doing is trying to get to a magical event. And who knows where you'll be by the time the event actually shows up next February, right? So cool. Anyways, let's get to this. So different rankings, people who qualified. So obviously still integrated national director. We have integrated global director. That's me. I should put Nor Fontana. Just kidding, but I'm going to put that anyways. So we got integrated national directors, Don Maydell, Joy Avini, David Harrison. These guys are all rocking it. We have regional directors out there, Jeanette Palmer. We're going to go visit her soon as she gets a Health and Hope Day going on. We got Deborah, Monique. They're holding an executive director. Lisa, we just heard from her. She had associate director. Lucy, we just heard from her. She's literally just talking to people and having fun, right? Doesn't even really know what she's doing. I love that because she's not getting too technical or getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. She's just talking to people and it'll fall in line. Ellen's rocking and rolling at senior coach. Carolyn, we heard from her today. Love her energy. We'll be seeing a lot of her, I'm sure, soon. Tracy Evans. FIBC is the qualifications like we talked about for Big Bear. So that's 6,000 frontline volume for yourself or about 17 clients, and then 5 senior coach teams, which each one of those is holding about a 1,200 frontline volume with 5 ordering entities or 5 clients. That puts you at FIBC, fully integrated business coach. That's a pretty good position, guys. Just so you understand, 6,000 frontline, which puts you at about executive director, that starts a rolling consistency bonus of $1,000 every 90 days. So annually, that's $4,000 raise in a year that you have control over. Here's where it gets even funner. This right here starts another $1,000 rolling consistency bonus every 90 days. You ever gone to your boss and asked him for an $8,000, I said $8,000 raise in 1 year? Ha ha, they probably don't even get that, to be honest with you, right? So really start to understand what this can do and how we can do that. Go talk to more people, right? So cool thing is we have Beverly Knowles, Jeanette Palmer rocking and rolling with probably anywhere from 25 to 30 clients. We got Don Maydell rocking them with anywhere from 17 to 20 clients. Megan just got certified. To be honest with you, if you're all in with this and you're waiting to get certified, go do it. It's 3% right away for each food order. So if you figure it's 5 clients at senior coach, that's about $120 back. The certification's about $200. It's very simple to do. But like I said, you get the rolling consistency bonuses started. Like I explained, the $1,000 rolling consistency. There's actually a $250 and a $500, and then the $1,000 one. Talk to your mentors about that. They can explain it. But then you also get 3% more of your food orders. So even just with like I said, the senior coach, you almost get $120 back for just that first order from those first 5 clients. It almost pays for itself right away. So Megan got certified this last month, and we have a brand new health coach on the Tarzia family, Kimberly Stewart. So I'm really excited, guys. Let's go out and impact some lives. We'll see each other next month, same time, same bat channel. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'm really excited what's going on here. Like I said, we're getting into the holiday season, but this is the time where you're going to massive events. Halloween parties, make them effective. Can I give you a couple tips? You may not like them, but I'm going to tell you, go to Halloween parties, don't party. Focus on your business. Have a water. Hang out and chat with people. Get phone numbers. Make connections. 2 to 3 parties you can do every Friday night for the next month for Halloween parties. Christmas parties. Go there. Don't drink. Do your water. Make connections. Work with people. People are watching you. And I know you're all into the fun. I love a drink here and there. Don't get me wrong. But if you're at the breaking point of really blowing this thing up, people are watching the integrity of you, and they're watching your business. You don't have to always do that, but when they're brand new, that's the most important time. When I was first starting out, I didn't glitch. I didn't move anything. I followed the program. I went to parties. People are pouring ranch on their pizza. That's the kind of friends I had. They're eating their stuff in front of me and doing that stuff, but I didn't break weight. I went to a Big Bear, California, had 17 couples in a house my first week on my 5-in-1 program, and I did not drink. I did not eat off plan. I did not do any of that. And guess what? Every single person, including the in-laws that I didn't know upstairs, either did program or are now a coach because I held that ground. So you have almost 6 to 8 events you could have over the next 2 months that are pivotal. So think about those things when you're doing that. When you're oh, but the girls just wanted me to have a glass of wine. Oh, they pay your bills? Oh, the girls just wanted me to go have this piece of cheesecake. Oh, they have your goals and dreams down too? They're going to pay for those also? You know, and I'm just giving you outside tips, and this is a family. So these are things to look at. Don't say, oh, I can't go to that because I don't want them bugging me. Say, no, I'm going to go to that. I'm going to embrace the obstacle as the way. One of our transformational habits, by the way. And we're going to go out there and make an impact, right? Second tip I'll give you real quick, and then we'll hop off. Don't get into that conversation with them while they're buzzed or you're in front of a bunch of people. Grab their information, get out of there, treat it as a business, have fun with them. Hey, girl, hey, dude, appreciate you. I'm really excited to talk with you. Right now is not the best time. Let's move it over here. But connect a bunch of information. Don't share with them right then and there. And let's go rock and roll for the next 3 months. You guys have a lot of events going on. Thanksgiving dinners around families. I mean, I could go on and on about how many events are going to happen over the next few months. Maybe I'm going to a Friendsgiving. Honestly, don't hang out with a lot of them. But why am I going? To make connections. All right, guys. Have a good night.